everyone. So we are going over last year's Witchy goals today, and then we will be doing a 2020 Witchy goals in the next video, more than likely. This is the Herbal African Sunset or whatever, the Rooibos tea that I showed in the last video. It's really good, but the pieces are so small that they go through the filter. So some little pieces are still in there. All right, so this is the list that I wrote myself last year to get done by the end of the year going into 2020. And I rewatched my video because honestly I've kind of forgotten a few of the things that I set up for myself, and I already knew I was behind on everything. So I have them all written down, and we're going to go over whether or not they got accomplished. Don't be too disappointed, because I'm pretty disappointed, but oh my god. That's fine. All right, so last time we had 10 different goals, and I thought, oh, this is a small, easy number. I'm sure we can get through this. So here they are. Learn the violin. To be quite fair, I don't think I picked it up since September. So I learned a little bit, and then I kind of stopped, which is disappointing, yes. But it's also a giant, huge goal, and I don't even know how to read music, so I can't teach myself out of a music book either. So it makes it a little more challenging. All right, so we're just gonna check that one off as no. Collect more candles, because I'd previously been out of a lot of candles. I'd stocked up a bunch, and then I kind of went through them without buying any more. So if my hauls have showed you anything, it's that I definitely have stocked back up on candles. Except for tea lights for some reason, because my boyfriend has been using them too, so they all kind of went away. But we got some yesterday, so I would say that's a win, because I have a lot of big candles that I'm probably never going to burn. But I have more than I started out with, so I think that's a win. The third thing is keep a bullet journal of moods. And I don't think I even started doing that after I said I was going to start doing it. I think I kind of ended it when I said I would start. So that didn't happen. But I did get a new job, so like it's much better than it was, even if I don't keep track of it. I have, however, been keeping track of moon cycles and a bunch of other stuff on the calendar. So that kind of counts, but I'm not giving it a check mark just because it's not specifically a bullet journal. Which, by the way, I don't have one anyway. I was just using a notebook, and I had to make the chart myself, and okay. Number 4, get more tea and do a tea reading. Well, I certainly have a lot of tea, so the first half of that is a check mark. The tea reading part, I haven't actually sat down and done, because honestly, I need a tea reading how-to book or some information that I haven't gone after and looked up. It's kind of like, I don't know how to do palm readings off the top of my head, even though I've learned it 3 or 4 times now. I just haven't stuck with it enough to know it by heart. So the same thing goes for tea leaf readings. I've gone through it a few times, but I don't like look at something and recognize, oh yeah, that's the thing that I know it means so-and-so. I haven't done that. So check mark for the tea part, but not on the tea reading part. That's an X. All right, number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is make a witchy friend that's gonna last for more than one conversation. And I made this very explicit because I have had good conversations with people on and off, different Facebook and Tumblr and whatnot. Even in real life, I used to work with someone who was also of my magical persuasion, and we never actually hung out, even though she lived right here. Like, we didn't get to be good enough friends to go hang out, which was kind of sad, and then I quit, and anyhow. But my followers, I guess, the friends who watch me, are always commenting and always making me feel sweet and nice and wonderful, and I'm super appreciative for all of you Everybody who mentions me in their videos, everybody who is watching and leaves comments. I love every single comment I get because I don't get a whole lot of them. So I think that's a yes, because I've actually made a lot of friends that I haven't ever met in person, but I don't think that matters because everybody's been super sweet and supportive, and I'm just super happy about that. So I have a really good community of people who are like, hey, you're doing so good. This is how my Yule went. This is how my solstice went. And it's really nice. Even if we can't hang out in person, which that would be fun too. And I would love to go to Stonehenge for solstice. All of those things. But it's a good step, so we're saying yes for that. Number 6, celebrate Samhain. That's a check. And I wanted to dress up in a Halloween costume because I think I missed 2 years of not dressing up, and it made me really sad. But I actually dressed up a little bit, and we went out to the bar for Halloween. Which I've never done that on Halloween before, and not surprisingly, the bar was pretty dead that night. No. Just kidding. But I dressed up in my normal goth black clothes and stuff, and then I'm like, you know what? I ended up looking like a prostitute from the 1920s. So that's what I called my costume after a few drinks and laughs about it. Because nobody else dressed up. Like the people I went out with, I thought we were all dressing up and going out. And then I get there and I'm the only one who looks like a literal whore. But it's okay. I'm a working girl and I work hard. That's all that matters. Yeah, because I put on blush and everything, and it was cute. It was cute. It was. But check mark for both of those things because I did do some Samhain stuff. Man, it feels like Samhain was literally last month. Like, it was 3 months ago. Kinda 2. 2 months ago. But it feels closer than that. Alrighty, number 8, 9, 10, 7? 7. Number 7 is the make 100 videos, and I am super confident that that's going to happen between now and what is New Year's Wednesday? Because I get another 3-day weekend. So we're just going to go ahead and preemptively check that off because so far it's going great. It was a little stressful for a while when I didn't make videos, and then I got super behind, and I probably would have finished this long before the week of the new year if I had been more on top of things. But it's okay. It's getting done. All right. Number 8 was to have my witchy book, my witchy fiction book, because I also have a nonfiction book, to be in its first draft by the end of the year. I have not been writing very much lately, for months. And everything kind of goes out the window when you don't practice on something for a very long time, aka all the instruments that I have just sitting around. So that didn't happen. We're giving it an X, which is unfortunate, but honestly, I kind of lost my inspiration for a while. I did write a short story. I forced myself to write a short story in like 4 hours, but it is just a story. It's not witchy related at all. It's just a short story. So, number 9, furnish the studio. Well, you see how that turned out, which is not at all. But I did do a painting yesterday, so we might just boop, 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 put my paintings up because my lovely boyfriend got me a bunch of canvases, and I haven't had canvas forever, so I'm going to use them all up within the next 2 weeks and then need more canvas, but that's okay. I hope to fill that whole wall with colorful, pretty things so you don't necessarily have to look at my face the whole time. So that one is an X because it's still a mess in here. It was clean for like 5 minutes and then it became a mess again. Even though I put this desk in here and I made it into an altar and now I'm turning it back into a sewing table and yeah. And number 10 was be a better witch, which I think should be on the list every single year because you're constantly learning and improving. But in the scheme of things, I think that I did a lot of good stuff. And I wildcrafted, and I got candles, and I did almost every Sabbath. I've been doing a lot of moon stuff, and I even coached someone on how to make a life change dependent on where the moon is in the sky, and it worked. They're like, how did you know? Can you help me now? I need to know when the full moon is. And I always have the Moon Cycle app on my phone. And in the D&D game, because I'm also a huge nerd, if nobody knew that, I'm a huge nerd. In the D&D game we're playing, it has to do with werewolves, and they're basing the moon cycle off of the real life moon cycle. So they're always asking me, what's the moon look like right now? And I tell them. So we're putting a check mark next to that because there is no end goal to becoming better, and I think I improved a lot since last year, and definitely since I started. So we're calling that a win. Everybody stay tuned for the 2020 goals, which is going to be more than 10, so don't get overwhelmed. I'm saying that to myself mostly. Anyhow, I gotta go. I'll see y'all next time. Blessed be witches.